Greetings of the day, Goenkans. Hope you all are fine. If you remember, in our previous video, we learned about subject-verb agreement and some of the rules we need to remember. Today, we are going to learn some more rules that we need to remember for subject-verb agreement. So let us start. Chapter 9, Subject-Verb Agreement. Now let's look at the first rule today. The first rule is when there is one subject and more than one verb, the verb throughout the sentence have to agree with the subject. So what this means is that if we have a subject in the sentence, be it plural or singular, and we have more than one verb in the sentence, all the verbs need to agree with the subject, be it singular or plural. We cannot change only one verb. For example, roses. Here the subject is plural and we have the verb grow and thrive here. Roses grow in all climates but thrive in a warm climate. If you notice, we have a plural subject and we are using plural verbs in the sentence, throughout the sentence. Look at the other sentence, the rose. Here we have singular subject, one subject. The rose grows in all climate but thrives in a warm climate. See, here we are using both the verbs in their singular form. Grows, thrives. So we just need to remember that if we have a subject in the sentence and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentence have to agree with the subject. The next rule we have is that we use singular verbs with unit of distance, period of time, sums of money, etc. So whenever we have a unit of distance, periods of time, or sums of money in a sentence, we always use singular verb with them. For example, 3 kilometers is too far to walk. 10 rupees is what I am going to pay for this. So if you notice, we are using singular verbs here. Another rule is that we use singular verbs with uncountable nouns. With uncountable nouns, we always use singular verb with them, be it money, for example, water, information, sugar, beauty, love. We always use singular verbs with them. For example, a lot of money is donated by my family to charitable organizations. Information on our school is available on the website. The water is too hot. So as you can see in the examples, we are using singular verbs with uncountable nouns. And the last rule that we need to remember is that we use singular verbs with collective nouns. For example, swamp, group, class, team. Whatever collective noun we know, they are treated as single unit. They are always treated as single unit or group. That is why whenever we are talking about collective nouns in a sentence, with them we use singular verbs. This is because even though they talk about more than one person or animal, they are always described as one single unit. For example, the group meets every week. This class talks a lot. The swamp of bees is headed this way. So, with collective nouns, we always use singular verbs. So that was all for today, Goenkans. Thank you so much. You can go to page number 32 of your grammar book for revision. So that was all. Thank you.